Michelle, the Music Mom, and today is Transformation Thursday. How God has been transforming me the last week. Well, actually, it's going to be the last 2 weeks. So what has God been doing for me? Well, last week I was watching Gina Pearson and her video, and I believe Sandy in Let's Get Fit also mentioned it, that at their Weight Watchers meeting, they received a website to take a test on their strengths and their things that are not as strong as others, their characteristics. And they don't mean characteristics as in she has blue eyes, blonde hair, so forth. It's characteristics like courage, humility, spiritual, forgiveness, and so forth. And so I took the test, and there are, I can't remember how many, I think 20 different characteristics, and it's free to do. If I remember to put it down below, I'll put it down below, but if not, sorry. Look at Gina Pearson, she gives you the video, and she's a great one to watch. It would have been last week's video of hers. Anyway, so I took it, and I found out my greatest strength is spirituality. And I'm glad, because God to me is my ultimate. He is my greatest love, and everything comes below. And that puts everything in place for me. If God is first, everything else falls in line for me. However, I found out my weakest characteristic, which sort of is sort of strange, but yet it's not. It's humility. I lack in humility a lot of times. I like to share things with my friends and family. I get excited about things, and I don't realize I'm not being humble, but I want to be humble. See, that's the thing, is I want to be humble, but I think it's my weakness. So I want to share something that I read from 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 5 through 6, and it says this: Clothe yourselves with humility in your dealings with one another, for God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, so that he may exalt you in due time. So, God has shown me that I need to work on my humility. And a lot of times I think I'm being humble, and I probably am not being as humble as I should. And maybe it's my perception, and maybe it's not, but I tend to find that I do. I have things that I love to share with others. And it's not trying, I'm truthfully in my heart, I don't want boasting to sound like I'm better than anybody else, because I am far from better than anybody else. And it may appear that way, and if I've ever sounded that way, I am so sorry. That is not ever my intent. A lot of times I share because I am excited and I'm happy and I'm joyful about a situation. And other times I don't realize I'm being not as humble as I should. So God has shown me this week that I need to be more humble. And that's a good thing. That really is. Some of my humblest times have been when I've made my biggest mistakes, and I've made some great mistakes, especially when it comes to singing. For those of you who don't know, I'm a vocalist, and I do sing for other things, for like weddings and funerals and anything else that people invite me to sing for. And there was a time when I couldn't sing very much because I don't know if it was stress or whatever. And I had a humbling experience, and I was singing this particular piece that went, I normally could just hit these notes, just normally. And God has humbled me. I used to be able to sing up to the high B's and high C's very easily. Those of you who are musicians know that not everybody can do that. And I wasn't humble about it, I bragged about it. And but God has knocked me down and I deserve it. And I can't do that anymore. In one situation, I was supposed to hit this note and it didn't come out. And I was embarrassed and humbled. So there's one of my humbling experiences. And still to this day, I can't hit those notes. And it's okay. But I still can sing. So I'm very grateful for that. What have you been doing? How has God been trying to transform you? Check out Gina Pearson and her channel and see that website that you can take your strengths and of character and those that are not your strongest characteristics, I should say. And let me know. Leave it below. I wish I remembered what it was called. But anyway, have a very blessed week. May the Lord let His face shine down upon you. Until we meet again, my friends, bye-bye.